What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to Gibraltar United. So, let's get into this game then. So, União de Madeira, I have no idea. You know what, I don't really care. We'll call him União, I think it is União. Because I know the AO bit is like Falcao in it, like Owl. Either way, I'll call him UM. We played them today and the odds are against us, the odds are stacked against us quite heavily. But, you know, we're going to try our best. So, capacity stadium here today. I actually know the size of the away crowd for a change. And it's actually 5,000 away fans, or roughly 5,000 away fans will be here today. So, only half the stadium is ours. So, yeah, it's not great. But we've got a bit of news surrounding the squad. And it is that we have one more new player signed. Flavian Morisau. Right now, I'm sorry about this, but right now, like, it's just after the Olympiacos game, pretty much, and the attitude is still carrying over. But a new French striker, Morisau, I believe, I'm going to call him that. Morisau, maybe Morisau, I'll call him that. But yeah, striker, and he's on 5k a week, so he's our highest paid player ever here. And I don't think he's got the ability, really, to say that. But the reason I paid as much as I did for him is because I felt we needed a really good target man. I like playing target men. If I'm playing two up front, to me, I've got to have a target man with alongside one of them, or you know, some sort of supporting role, or some sort of role that main idea isn't to score. So a target man, a false nine, a deep lying forward. They're all things I'd play alongside another striker. And so that's what I did. I went out there and purposely looked for a target man. So we've got this 6'4" guy, 6'4" French guy with some great strength, jumping reach, heading as well. Overall, for the target man role he's going to be playing today, he's got the stats we need, apart from a few mentals, which aren't great, but they're better than what we currently have. So that was the reason why he's not a best player. He's not our best striker in the side. He's not our best player in the side. I don't agree with the fact I've offered him £5,000 a week, but he's here for the year. And the reason for that is because I want to try and use him in Europe. I want to, hopefully he'll, you know, even if he does nothing for this entire season, if he can get us through this game today and get us through to the Europa League group stages, he'd have served his purpose. So that's a lot riding on a new signing. But, you know, like I said, if it doesn't happen, if he doesn't score, if he doesn't do whatever, I don't care. You know, even if we don't get through today, okay, he's only here for a year. 5k a week for a year is not going to destroy the club. We've got a lot of money in our reserve. We can survive a year without group stage football. But like I say, that's why I've brought this guy in. He's played a game so far. He played in the previous game in the Pepe Reyes Cup, in which we beat Lincoln 4-1, and he did pretty well in that. He didn't do well in that actually, as you see, 6.6. But for a debut in a new country, he can't speak the language yet, so I can understand why he struggled a little bit. But yeah, let's run through this team anyway today, because we've got a few new faces in there. So Smith in goal, same back four, Benitez, Perez, Amari, and Albi. The midfield, McCourt makes his debut today. Morgan, Amofa. They're in the centre of the park, and Kirby is out on the left today due to the fact, of course, Carlos picked up that injury in the last game. And up front, we have Morisau and Miller. And then the bench is Rawlins, Ibondo, Flint, Edwards, Wilkinson, Saidi, and Rod Austin. So a lot of strikers on the bench. First time in a long time I've actually played two strikers on the bench. I want to do something quickly before we start the game. I want to sort out my set piece takers. With some of the new faces in at the side, I feel we probably have a few better set piece takers in the ranks. Even if we don't, it's good to just do that every now and again. So Morgan will be our will be our corners man, and then the McCourt will be it, and then yeah, that'll do for now. We'll only have them two on there, and then free kicks. It will be Edwards if he ever comes on, which he might. You know, I won't put it past. And then I think I'll actually put. No, I think I'll put Morgan. Morgan scored a few free kicks in the past. And yeah, I'll put him there. And penalties, I want to make sure I've got my best possible penalty taker. And that is actually Amofa, who is our new best penalty taker. Then Edwards if he were to come on. And then I'd probably put Miller and then a new striker, Flavian. What a great first name. But yeah, let's go. Let's get into this big game. They said they can't look beyond the Portuguese team. That's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. If we are massive underdogs, we are massive underdogs. So, 3 strikers up front for them. 3 strikers up front for them. 3 strikers up front for them. I don't think the 4-4-2 is going to be enough to cover that. I guess we'll start the game and see how we do with that. But if I feel like we're being dominated or overrun, what I may do is drop back one of my strikers to the centre of the pitch and put Morgan in a defensive midfield role. Here's a chance early on, and it's cleared off the line, I believe. I think that was headed off the line from Kirby's chance. Or Kirby's header from that set piece. And McCourt's gone through and... Oh! McCourt has scored on his debut. The Northern Irishman doing his job there and giving us a 1-0 lead. Benitez to Morgan. As you see, 4 people on the line there. It's actually our new guy, Mauricio, playing the ball through to McCourt, and McCourt scores the goal. Keeper was all over the place, and we take a surprising 1-0 lead and having a lot of the ball currently. Now, that's obviously not secure a 1-0 advantage as they get the equaliser. Oh no, wait, they don't. It's offside. I saw the flag quickly go off. The damn corner, the linesman's down this side, so I couldn't see him, but I just saw a glimpse of his flag. And it does mean we keep our 1-0 lead for now, for the time being. But, oh, and there you go. Colin McCourt has gone off injured. And I don't actually have a winger on the bench, as you can see, but that means Rod Austin comes on for that position. That was why I decided to put Rod Austin and the 2 strikers on the bench. It's because if I got an injury to a winger or a winger had to come off, it was always the plan that I'd put either Miller or Rod Austin there. Rod Austin first choice, Miller second, as they get themselves back in the game. Oh no, it's offside yet again. They've had another disallowed goal and they're yet to get a second shot on target. And they're yet to get their equaliser. And now you see, now we're being dominated. And I think it's I think it'd be about time that we'd go into a little bit more defensive formation. I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to completely go into a 5-4-1 yet. But actually, what I will do, actually, is I'll use that tactic. Undo them changes quickly. I'll go into this tactic. Push you up into a... I think Morgan best fits a ball-winning midfielder. And then I think we'll play you as the ball-winning... No, we've already got 2 ball midfielders. I think I'll play him as the anchor man. You can be a... I think you're best playing centre defend. And you could be the advanced player maker. And we'll continue like that. We'll go to a 4-4-1... 4-1-4-1. Just to see if we can stop them getting as much as the balls they're currently getting. I mean, going 1 up front will limit us quite a bit, but... I mean, that's what we can currently offer right now. We've got the goal. We've got a goal that is enough. And in fact, I probably should... You know what I'll do? I'll wait until the 55th minute or so, and I might go 5 in defence. Although we're not looking too bad right now. They're still getting a lot of the ball, and I don't actually mind a defensive midfielder being in there. It may actually offer a bit more protection than a 5-4-1. And there you go, a little bit of a spell there where we get a lot of the ball. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a change. I'm going to bring Edwards on, and I'm going to take Miller off. Now that may be a surprise, it might be a shock substitution, but I think I'm going to go 1 up front with a target man. And hopefully him being a target man up front by himself will allow other players to be incorporated into the game a little bit more than they currently are. You know, having an advanced forward up front by himself, his main role isn't to involve other people. Maybe the target man being up front by himself will be to involve other people, and we may create a few chances. As here you go, maybe that will come into play right now as playing the ball forward. Here's Rod Austin playing it ball through, and wow, what a shocking shot. Our first click opportunity of the game, and it is blazed over by the new guy. Oh, don't concede now, that'd be heartbreaking. Ah, oh, fuck you. Washington scores from 20 yards out and gives the Portuguese team União, whatever, the equaliser they needed. Just as we miss a chance down the other end, they go and score a screamer before 90 minutes is over. And an away goal. Come on. How disappointing. We were huge underdogs. But come on. We had the chance to win that game there and we let it slip away. Either way, guys, me back for the second leg. Well, actually, surprisingly, we're still in it. With a fair shout, you know, with a fair shot, really, of going through. Alright, let's get into this. So, we know what's on the line. We know what's at stake. I'm actually going to put Di Matteo on the bench. But yeah, we know what's on the line. We know You know, group stage football is what happens if we win or get more than a 1-1 draw. No Europe this season past August is what happens if we get a 0-0 draw, 1-1, or 0-0 draw, or lose the game. 1-1, we're still in it with a shout. Same starting 11 that's going out, same formation we started with in the last game. We're hoping for another quick, early start where we can get the goal we need, and then we'll see what happens from there. But we do need to score, which is why I'm still going out there with a 4-4-2. If we'd have won the game 1-0, I probably would have gone out there with the 5-4-1 or with the 4-1-4-1 that we played in the last match. But right now, I can't do that. And, you know, I've got to score 2, really, if I want to go through. So I might as well... Wow, what a surname. I might as well try and get that. What a surname. He's French with a name like that. I mean, I'll give anyone a cookie if they can pronounce that. Again, they've gone out with the 4-3-3. It looked very threatening, kinda, in the last game. I guess in a way. In a way, last game as well, they scored 3 goals against us. But in another way, they didn't really have too many shots on target against us. I mean, they had about 9 shots in the game overall. Here's Morgan with a free kick. Early on, we're the ones pressing a little. Ball in their half. Here's McCourt, goal scorer in the last game. A lot of space from Kirby. Miller gets us a goal. He gets in there. 1-0. Stephen Miller with an absolutely thunderous stroke. That's a mixture of a shot and a strike. A stroke. A thunderous strike on the ball. And wow, keeper was completely behind it, but it just rolled up him. It has so much power on it. I'm going to keep playing the way we are and see what happens. See if we can maybe nick a second. Because currently they're wasting a lot of opportunities. And we're growing into the game right now, actually. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? I suddenly had realization. I'm winning the tie. I'm still going to keep it the same. I just realized quite clearly then, like, I'm winning the tie. I could go defensive if I really wanted to. And I'm going to keep that in mind. I'm winning the tie. I can go defensive and still win this game. But if I get that second, I get that 2 away goals. They then have to score 3. So it's like, again, it's a tricky situation. You know, I don't really know what to choose right now. So I'm gonna wait to make that choice. I'm not gonna make it right now. I'm gonna take some time to make it. 60 minutes into the game, they're not looking particularly threatening to us. I'm gonna make a striking change. I'm gonna bring Rod Austin on for the target man role, put him to a slightly more supporting role than Flavian. I'm gonna go make a tactical change. Oh no, they've got a free kick. Austin heads it away. How long we got? Alright, if we survive this attack, which we just about do, I'm going to go not into that, I'm afraid. I'm going to go to the more advanced tactic. We're going to go into this. We're going to go defensive, waste time, be more disciplined, lower the tempo, get stuck in, retain the possession, close down more. We are going to... I don't want to sub the sub because that's disrespectful. But then but Miller up front by himself is playing quite well. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Kirby off, bring on Bondo to there, Perez in the centre, and I think I'll confirm that change and do a team talk and just tell the team to calmly tighten up. And now we've got 20 minutes pretty much of the match to try and kill this game. A slow and painful death. Morgan with a free kick. Unable to find a red and white shirt. And actually this is quite threatening because actually no, we have 4 people in defence. Jesus Christ. So Morgan gets himself sent off. Okay, these things happen. People get sent off. You know, he's tried holding up the play. I can completely understand the reasoning behind it. Okay, it's not the ideal situation getting a man sent off. But I understand why he did it. He thought it was best that... You know, he prevented the play getting further towards the goal. Well, it does mean, though, is Miller is going to drop down, and Miller is actually going to come off for Carmine Di Matteo. The shit game, though. You can't really tackle, but you can do everything else. Di Matteo, you can do everything. You can do everything better. So we're going to play 5-4-0 and just look to completely kill the game. Actually, one more change to the tactic. Play slightly more attacking, just so we can have Amofa can be sort of this more central attacking player But just look to kill this game off now. We've got 9 minutes left. Hear my hand just making motions. Come on, 3 minutes left. 2 minutes left of normal time. 3 minutes left of injury time. Oh my god, in the last 30 seconds. Please don't be a last minute goal. Please don't be a last. I don't want to keep it cleared it forward. Why would you clear that forward? We are through to the Europa League group stages. I thought we were dead and buried before this game. I wrote us off completely, but the team proved me wrong, especially after the Champions League performances this year. I would have written me off. I ripped me off. You know, I wrote our team off. And I think that was fair to say. I mean, normally being an underdog is, you know, we can overcome that. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. But yeah, actually no, I said the right thing actually. But yeah, being an underdog, I normally say that we have some chance, but with our performances in Europe this year, it just sort of indicated it wouldn't be our year, but we somehow got a result. You know, we didn't play too badly over the 2 legs. In fact, we limited them to 0 shots, I think, in that match, did we not? Or did they get a shot in the end? Where are we? Bottom. Look at that. In the end, we limited them to 4 shots at home. In fact, we should have won the first leg 1-0 as well if it wasn't for a pretty late goal. So, I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with that performance there. And we're through to the group stages. Okay, it's the Europa League. It's not exactly the most prestigious of things, but it's still group stage football. And hey, we may have more chance of doing well in this one. Who's to say we couldn't get to a knockout competition again? I aimed for top 3 last time. Who's to say I shouldn't aim for top 2? I'm not going to do no action to you, Morgan, because I completely understand the logic behind what you did, and I understand even though you were on a yellow, you felt what you could do. Look at that, 1.04 million. Again, it's not the 6 million that we picked up last time, but it's still 1.4 million. You can't turn your nose up to that because it's still good money, and plus we still got the money from the other competition. So now our bank balance has actually gone over 10 million for the first time in our history. That is great, and that will still improve our reputation, winning that playoff match. And now we've got a Europa League group stage tomorrow we can look forward to. That is all good. Now it is end of season window. It is the end of transfer window, and I think we may have a few more loan offers. Oh no, wait. It's ended. Moffa as well is out, suspended for the next match, so both centre-backs will be out for the next match. How long's Fran Benitez out? I kind of skipped over that. 3 weeks. He might miss the first Europa League match as well. As a save, I'll cut this out because you know how long they are. But let me have a look here quickly. We don't start our Champions League for another... Oh wait, no, we start our Europa League actually in 18 days. So yeah, I do think we'll have 3 people out for that match. But yeah, I'll cut this now and I'll get back when the save is finally over. Alright guys, here it is, the Europa League draw. The save ended. I continue for a little bit more, but yep. We are one of the 12 teams in the 4th seed. So we are still in the 4th seed. TNS made it to the group stages. How are Wales still only entering at the first qualifying phase? TNS do particularly well every year, and they thoroughly deserve to be entering the second qualifying phase. Let me have a look at TNS quickly. I'm sorry, I get sidetracked like every time I do something. But what have you been like for the past few years in Europe? Europa League, they lost in the Champions League playoffs. This year they lost in the Champions League playoffs. The year before that, second qualifying phase, okay. But they played Maribor. Champions. We got to the group stages once in the Champions League, got second qualifying phase football pretty much. We got to the third qualifying phase once, and then we got second qualification place. And then them lot, they don't get it. I don't understand. But look at some of the first people in the first seed. I mean, Manchester United, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Inter, Zenit, Ajax, Napoli, PSV, Fenerbahce. Some pretty big names in there. Historical big names as well. Let's do what we did last time. We'll continue forward into the 3rd seed. Olympiacos never made it to the Champions League. The bloody bastards. Neither did Dynamo, but yes. Alright, let's look at the group. We need to find a group where we can beat 2 people. I would love Group A. I want to beat Olympiacos so bad. Do I think it's... I don't know. I wouldn't mind Group A, in all honesty. I think, you know, we played Moscow, CSKA Moscow last year, and we didn't look too bad against them. Dynamo Moscow are a good team. Are they as good as CSKA? Probably not. That wouldn't be a bad game. Olympiacos, I think they are a beatable team from us. I don't think we played particularly well in the 2 games we played against them, especially away from home, but I think they are beatable teams. Elsewhere, I think Group K could be quite a good group, actually. Basel, Sparta Prague, they're Prague or Prague, as it's written there, Praha, whatever. I think Group K could be beatable. Levante as well. I don't think our top Spanish team. I don't know. Maybe they are now in this day and age, but I don't know. That could be a winnable game. See elsewhere, maybe Group I. Are Dundee and FC Red Bull Salzburg beatable teams? We've played Salzburg in the past. Maybe. Maybe I'm just wasting time. Let's continue forward. So we don't get Group A. We avoided Group B. I would have loved to have played Real Madrid. That's a great experience, but in all honesty, we would have got smashed in that group, I feel. We don't get Group C. Tel Aviv are in our Group 4 pot here. We avoid Group D with Zenit. Group E. We get Group E. Genoa, Standard Liège, and Young Boys. Now, I'll continue forward again. I want to get all the official dates cemented in because the next time I will meet you back will be the Europa League games. But, you know, let's have a look at the teams we're facing up. Let's compare. Also, one thing, I was just quite literally there when that moment of silence I took. I realised that the striker I brought in for the sole purpose of getting us through to the next round of the competition actually assisted the first goal in the first game. In a way, he did his job. You want to look at it like that. In a way, he performed the role I wanted him to do. I mean, okay, he was subbed off pretty quick. He was subbed off in the other games and stuff, and maybe didn't play the biggest of roles in the second leg, but he did his role in the first leg, and that's exactly what we needed him to do. You know, just to be involved and help us achieve what we wanted to achieve. So here we go. We got Genoa, Standard Liège, and Young Boys. Genoa are an Italian team, obviously. I thought I clicked on them. I did. My computer's been slow. And where did they finish for the past few years? Okay, so 2nd, 5th, and 6th in Italy. Now, they're obviously going to have some very good players, being an Italian team. One of the best leagues in Europe. Instantly, I'm noticing the very high-valued players. So, maybe if we can catch them on some bad form, that could be us a lifesaver. They'll be the team we're playing twice in one video. So, you know, that won't be great. Elsewhere, Standard Liège are maybe a beatable team. I don't think we've ever played a team from Belgium, or if we have, I don't remember. But they could be a beatable team. The only reason I say that is because of their reputation. They are only 3-star. We've beaten a few 3-stars in the past. Value-wise, which is what I'm going to go off, they have a 9 million ranked centre-back. Now, to me, if you want a position where you can really influence the play, you don't want a centre-back necessarily. I mean, a solid centre-back does help your team, yes, but imagine you can have that midfielder that creates a lot of opportunities, that striker who takes every chance. Those are going to be the places you'd want your best player. So, 9 million valued centre defender. They do have a 6.5 million rated striker who looks very good. Again, they're going to be a very tough team. If you want to go back one more. And the last guy, Young Boys, the third seeded team. I think they were playing the Champions League, didn't they? Yes, they got knocked out at the best place playoff. Oh, actually, they're not the best team in... Oh. See, I always thought... Oh, I thought they would have been the best team in Switzerland and been knocked out. But yeah, they're actually a best place playoff team. They lost to Bayern Munich 5-0 on aggregate. For some reason, I can't see the team there. But based on their third place playoff game where they beat Sparta Prague 3-0 on aggregate, I imagine they're going to be quite a tough team as well. Again, going off the basis of value, a striker I noticed we see looks pretty good. Nearly 50 caps for the Greece national team. That says something. You know, they look very tough again. So definitely not been given an easy draw. We'd be lucky to pick up a point again, but I'm going to be very ambitious. You know, we somehow got results in these two games. I'm going to be ambitious going forward as well. I want to get second. You know, I want to try and get to a knockout stage. That would be great. I mean, we're going to have to perform very well to reach that. But, you know, all that would take is a couple wins at home. Maybe, I don't know, see, I've got the mentality still of being third. Being third at a couple wins and you can get third place in the Champions League. But being second, that does take a little bit more. Because it takes more than a couple of wins. It takes you... actually being able to say you're better than 2 teams. It's going to take more than a few wins. It's going to take at least 3 to 4 wins minimum, plus a few draws thrown in there. So it's going to be interesting, definitely. Going to be interesting. We've never played teams sort of these size before. I mean, the Champions League, you're playing some of the best teams in the leagues, some of the best teams in Europe. Europa League, it's sort of weird. You play them leagues sort of below the top leagues. For example, Standard Liège. They're sort of, you know, they're in that Belgium league. Not exactly a top league, but not exactly a bad league either. They can have some decent teams in there. You know, we're playing Genoa, who are, you know, not the best team in Italy, but they're not bad. They're that mid sort of top weird place league. It's sort of like a Tottenham, I guess, in a way. With that team you'd expect to be in the Europa League, maybe pushing for the top if they can. So again, we've not really played a team like that. And with the last guys again, Young Boys again, not played a team again. Switzerland, not exactly a top league, but a decent league. And we're playing a second team from one of the runners up from that league. So it's gonna be hard. Hopefully, like I said, we can get a few results, because if anything, we're going to try and grow our coefficient points from this time in Europe. Try and grow ourselves a little bit more. Try and maybe get ourselves to that dream of being a 3rd seeded team in the group stage. But to get to the group stage was great. So you do pick up a decent bit of money from playing in this competition. 80k for a draw, 160k for a win. I mean, nowhere near the money you get in the Champions League, but still a decent amount. Minimum stadia capacity is 8,000, so it does mean we will be playing a Europa point in the next game, in our home games. And actually, the first game in Europe is at home to Standard Liège. So, I'm going to wrap this up now, and next time I get back will be both live comms against Standard Liège and Young Boys away from home. Hopefully we can get some results playing Thursday night football in the Europa League, which is always good. So yeah, until then guys, peace out.